2 labels. I can't find that list. Good morning. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Yesterday was so chaotic that I keep thinking it's Tuesday. I have a lot of little things. I have a small list that I have to do today. I plan on filming another video. I still have to make either I'm going to have Hope finish making the outro and intro so I can upload these videos. I made a video yesterday. I made a video on Monday, and I'm making one today after I ship off the things I need to ship off for my orders. And I need to go get my laptop because I need to print shipping labels. Oh, thanks. Yeah, my hair was like a hot mess. I woke up with like the hugest fro, and I was like, it's too hot. It's going to be like 82 degrees and the humidity is a lot. So I was like, 2 pigtails it is. No, I don't have a tutorial. I have a hard time trying to teach how to do applique. That's one of the reasons why I was teaching it in North Carolina, because I can give you tips online, but if it doesn't work out, it's easier for me to show you. I'm trying to come up with a way. Sorry. I'm trying to come up with a way to show how you can do applique, because it's the same way I do my Wanda visions, how I do my Captain America, my Wonder Woman's. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. It's super time consuming teaching people. It's like a lot of little techniques that um you use on your day-to-day basis, like top stitching, but there's just little things help make a difference. So basically, if you want to get into it, I always tell people to start with scraps, start with a circle or a rectangle, something along those lines, and then try to stitch a straight line around the box, and then try it with a circle. Like, practice makes progression. I'm constantly trying to change and tweak my technique. You just have to cut out something. If you have a Cricut, or is it a Circuit? Cricut? If you have a Cameo, some kind of machine that cuts out vinyl, or cork, you could then practice stitching on an applique of a heart, circle, square, triangle, because applique is mostly just top stitching. And then once you get that down, then you can start with pulling the strings to the back so it looks seamless. You can start with changing out colors of threads. I noticed that a lot of people that I did teach how to top stitch, they have a hard time changing out thread colors. And that is crucial in applique, because it's very rare when I have something just one color. So it makes a huge difference, especially if you skip a stitch or you mess up, like you veered off. And also, you need to learn how, if you did skip a stitch, how you can correct it. So there's a lot of little techniques that I've learned around the way. It's just that it's hard to teach. I'm contemplating on teaching it in my Patreon group, because that's what they're there for, modifications and techniques. So I possibly, because I've been getting some interest to do that then there too, but I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to do it. I think I might do it a part of the Halloween, or I might do it over the summer, because I know a lot more people have more free time in the summer so they could practice. Because I've got a lot of requests on how do I do my Mandalorian helmet, how do I do my Hope symbols from Star Wars. It's all just applique. Good morning. So yeah, it just takes it's a little, you need a little bit more Like, so for instance, yesterday in our Patreon group, we did the exterior of the Catalina, and we're doing it where it's going up and down, and we actually switched around some measurements, but they see me applique yesterday. They get two different versions. They get a film version that has two different cameras coming at two different angles, as well as they get a live. So they can ask me questions live, as well as I'm recording it, answering their questions and repeating their questions. So they have um, two sets of versions of how I do my applique. They were watching me do my applique for another Star Wars bag. So it's like it's a little bit easier and different in there. There's not like a real time constraint. People pop on, and that's exactly why they're there for it. It's pretty cool. And actually, one of the Patreon members, Teresa, she is she's before she does the modification of the bag, if she's not made it before, she's asking any of the Patreon peeps if you guys want to do like sew along with her, so that way she can, like, we're doing Catalina, but she's never actually made the original Catalina. I do have the Catalina video in the Ora Rosa playlist, but she's saying, hey, someone wants to make it with me because I've never made it. And if you never made it, just reach out to Teresa or reach out to me and I can give your information to Teresa. It's within the Patreon group. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. I'm telling you, my favorite thing is when I get to talk to somebody and sew. Because what usually happens, the reason why I listen to so many audibles, and I feel like Audible shames me every month when they show how many hours I've listened to them, or when I'm listening to music on YouTube or Amazon, or I'm listening to podcasts, it's because I want somebody else in the workroom with me. I want to hear another voice other than the one that other than me in my head going back and forth. So I actually really like when I get to go live on Patreon. That was a kind of a new feature that got added on with the Everyday Tote, I think. When we did the Everyday Tote modification, um, I started going live like I do here, but I also recorded on my other device so you can see two different perspectives. So like if you couldn't get it during my live and you're just like, no, it's not a good view, you had a different view that had two different camera angles, and it's pretty cool. I think that I'm a visual learner too. I think everyone's a visual learner. I think everyone can learn through written. I just think that we all have preferences and we excel sometimes more in one than the other. I'm like I told you guys yesterday, there's some patterns that I don't have to look at the writing. All I need is the pictures and I'm good to go. And that's not necessarily a good thing, but that's how my mind works. So that's why I started to film in two different ways, one live and film recording at the same time, so you can hear the questions and just have different angles. My camera ones that are not on the live have really good shots into the when I'm going up and down, needle up and down, the whole 9 yards. And I do plan on probably doing a Patreon applique thing, because there's so many things, like how to fix a skip stitch is like once you see it, you're gonna be like, why didn't I do this? Why do I always why do I freak out over skip stitches and it's this easy to fix? Mm, no, that back, I think that video is like almost 2 years old. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I think it went over my forearm. If it's the curved one that has the twist lock into the divot, that's it's really hard to use me as an example, because one, I'm tall, two, I'm fluffy. So I I don't know. I don't think, but that bag is tiny, because I remember my daughter, she's like 110 and she was like, I could barely get over my bicep. So I feel like it's just a clutch kind of, except it doesn't, a clutch can go a little further onto your forearm. You need, like, I had a video if about drop length. No, I don't have that on here. That's, I think, on Patreon. Drop length is from where you want your back. I'm trying to find it back. Um, it's from where this is going to end to the top of this. So, like if you wanted a 14-inch drop length from here to here, so that way it can go to your shoulder, you would need to do different measurements. You would need to, like, just I would get a piece of twill tape or a measuring tape, and then clip it to your bag where you want the connectors to be, and then you can have how long it needs to be. So a soft ruler is really pivotal in our group, in our sewing world. I know it doesn't seem like we use a lot, but just like the Ora Rosa case, you had to measure the circumference. The same thing applies here. We have in patterns like standard adjustable straps, like 54 inches or 60, or your shoulder strap should be 28. Your this, and that. That doesn't, one size doesn't fit all. So if you have somebody like you have someone like me and I'm fluffy, I would put drape the soft ruler or on their shoulder and ask them where would they want their bag. I like to have my bag like an inch to below my bra strap, a little lower than, not at my waistline, but in my bra strap. And that's the part that's trouble. Some people have a higher waistline or a lower waistline than others, and then from there you can say, okay, you put the ruler from here to here, she wants it here, and it measures 32, then you know to make the straps 32 inches. But if you're going to fold them over, then you need to add another inch or two to account to folding over those raw edges. That is very crucial because everybody's weight, size, dimensions, shapes are completely different than the next. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you. My hair was a hot mess this morning, so I was like, let's pigtail it. Yeah, I always I that soft rulers. Um Sometimes if you can get them at the secondhand store. They definitely have them at Joann's and Hobby Lobbies. I'm pretty sure, Amazon has everything. So just a soft ruler can help you out tremendously with bag making, especially when it comes to adjustable straps and handles. Um it's just a big difference because everyone is shaped so weird. Everyone in the world's shaped weird. Everyone in the world has different measurements. Like some people could have a high waist or a low waist, and some people want things on their hip, right above their hip or below their hip or on their hip. So having that soft ruler going over to where the bag's going to be carried can help out a lot, especially even with crossed bodies. If someone is more well endowed or have a more like bigger pecs, um, you never know. Like I had this one person that he ordered a um park sling tote, and I used the normal measurements that are in the pattern, but I did not account that he like body builds. So his chest is massive. So when he wore to the fullest extent, he didn't like the fact that the strap, the adjustable strap thing, like hit him right here. So I had to go and remake a whole different adjustable strap and take apart his bag on the top and put a new one in to fit him. So these are just things, especially if you're selling bags, to think, because if you're trying to really give a customized bag, then you can't do the average. You could do the average measurements that are in the pattern, but the problem is if the person is bigger or smaller than the average, they may come back to you and be like, I can't wear this is too big, or I can't wear this is too tight. So just little things to think of. I usually, like, if I have a bag that's more on the more expensive side of things, I always tell people to message me, so that way I can get information about their measurements. And sometimes I even ask them to take a picture. Or like if they don't have a soft ruler, I'll tell them if they have a piece of like twill tape or ribbon or even masking tape to put it around them and see where they would like it. And then they can give me the inches based off of the tape they cut off. It gives it, one, it gives them even more of a one of a kind feel, and two, I know that it won't be a fit issue if they have an issue with the bag at all. So that's just something else to think about. I know, because handles are weird. Because handles are so weird. I it had me thinking about that with the everyday tote, because the everyday tote, that was like the first thing I modified. I made it like the have like 1 or 2 more inches more because I didn't like where it hit on my body, the top of the bag. I like the top of the bag like an inch underneath my bra strap. It's a weird thing. That's my preference. Or like when I get New Yorkers who ride the rail, they like to have like the bum bags. They want the actual bag to be fitting like right here. Like right here. And they don't want any piece, like it's very weird. Whenever I get someone from New York, they always want it fully enclosed. They don't want where someone can stick a finger or a pencil or anything into it. And they like their bags, even their like crossbody bags, to fit like right on front of their body. And just different hardware. I know now never to put like plastic or parachute clips that are plastic. They have to be metal if I do with anyone in New York. It's a whole interesting different dynamic, state to state, county to county, city to city, and what makes you feel safe carrying a bag. Yeah. Well, so the same thing with totes. So like if that okay, so if somebody messaged me right now and was like, "Dude, I love that Jack pumpkin. Can I get it? And what are the drop length?" I'll be able to tell them off of Shannon's measurements how far the top of the top of the I can't talk today. Like words are not my friend. I'm supposed to be filming. The top of the strap to the so let's say this is the top of the strap. So the top of the strap to the top of the bag, and from there they can take a piece. Again, most people have ribbon, rope, twine, something in their house, and they can take the measurement I give them and put it around them, and they can look in the mirror and be like, "No, I want it longer, or I want it shorter. I'm small," and then I can recreate and make a new bag, or I can unpick the straps that I have currently and adjust them to be shorter or put new ones in to be tall, like longer. It helps out tremendously. Like if they're like $20 totes or something like I'm selling at a craft show, I'm not going to do any adjustments. Just I'm not. But if it's like that, like the Tuesday tote and the custom fabric and then the HTV on the front, yeah, I'm going to do something on it because you're paying a lot of more money than a $20 tote. So I want you to like maximize your usage and not like, oh my God, I hate that bag. It like rides in underneath my armpit. So, because we all have that. I have like grocery bags that I loathe, and I'll look for other grocery bags like for an hour before I go to the grocery store to get them. I'm like, I hate that bag. I hate that bag so much. There's one in particular, it looks really cool. It unzips and it turns into the bag, right? But when you put the groceries in it, it like goes into my armpit. And it's if there's anything in heavy, it's like now putting the pressure on here and it's also going up. It's so uncomfortable. And for some odd reason, it magically comes to me every time I'm trying to get groceries. I'm like, I know we have like 100 of these bags. We use them for miscellaneous use if they have a hole in it and I'm too lazy to patch it up because I hate patching up plastic. Like if it's a cotton or canvas one, I'll patch it up all day long. I'll even put like cool little denim pouches on both sides so we can make it have a longer time. But if it's plastic, what I wind up doing is I use them as project bags. like I'll write on it, this is for the Erica Bowler, and like I'll put like a little slip thing in there and put it whatever. I'll repurpose them. Again, I believe in repurposing, but I'm not going to alter a size of a strap for a cheap bag. That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, repurpose them. I have like tons of IKEA bags all up in here for different projects. Yeah, I have a tendency of making my straps longer too, but I just think it's because I think everyone's tall and they're not. And I should know better because my mom is little and my sister is little. They don't have it. Like even Faith has like a longer torso. So when I make her bags, she's okay with the average sizes. She's not that tall. She's 5'5" or 5'6", and but she has a longer torso, so she's okay with the longer length of things because her torso is longer. So it all just depends on the person's body size, measurements, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I have so much. My list is on my little post-it. Yeah. Do you see this? This is this is from the Holly Purses by Holly, the Sequoia bag that I made earlier. So they had you cut out this piece, and instead of throwing away, this is how much I don't waste. I write notes. So you have to, save the earth, every little label piece of paper at a time. So yeah, I plan on today doing a tutorial for the Ora Rosa thing, and then I'm going to cut out another pattern. I think I'm going to use this fabric, but I'm trying to see if I'm going to use the Heat and Bond because it's white. And I know if this was a wallet and my lip gloss got on this, because my lip gloss has like a tint of purple in it, I would be so pissed because you know it's not going to come out. You know it's not. But I like to use the Eau de Coat on like cotton canvas. It absorbs so much more because of the material. So I'm looking at see how much I have of one thing and work it out for that, because I really want to use that for the bag and I think it'll look really cute. I don't know. I have a thing for Doctor Who. And I need to mail off an order, mail off a small thank you gift, and mail off a strap. So I have all these things I need to get done, and then my intro, my outro. So I'm hoping that I think I want to film first while I have the energy. I'm going to eat, film, because the video is not going to be very long for it. And then I'm going to do all my chores. Yeah, and I'm still trying to sketch out my WandaVision outfit. And I'm trying to see how I'm going to film it, because my Hope wants me to film it where she films, like has like a camera set up. So as I'm making it, the hours of footage, she could speed it up into a small video. Because it's going to take me hours to make my WandaVision apron. And I really need to get on it. Like, I so need to get on it. Because it's going to take hours. And the thing that sucks, and it really, really hit me, every time I make a cosplay costume for AwesomeCon, I always buy fabric from fabric.com. This is the first year I can't get fabric for fabric.com, and I'm kind of freaking out. And I'm having a hard time finding horsehair that's burgundy or red that's stiff. Everything that I've seen so far in burgundy or red are soft. And what I like is my aprons to have that really fun curve effect, that wavy effect. And I'm having a hard time. And I have black, but I just really wanted the red or burgundy to go with coordinate with the whole entire outfit, because I don't know if I'm going to wear a petticoat underneath my aprons like I usually do. So I have to work on that soon. I mean, I have my crown, I have my book, I have my fireball. I'm ready to be Wanda. Man, I'm even going to hairspray my hair like a strawberry red-ish, blonde-ish for it. And then I have like the stuff to dye my fingers so I could be her. I'm really excited about being Wanda. Good morning. Oh, I know, right? Once you wax your own fabric, you're like, this is it. Good morning. Yes, I actually have a video that's on my phone of me waxing. I just have not uploaded because when I went to go show you the bag that I finished waxing, it sold. I was like, damn it. And I didn't take pictures. I'm really notorious for that. Like, there are so many bags that I don't have on Etsy. And like Kendall, to this last past weekend, was supposed to go through all the bags, take pictures, and I was supposed to make listings and barcodes. And there was like scrimmages, football games, and all this stuff that happened, and it didn't get done. And I'm like, man, this is another, my list for AwesomeCon is getting like bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm excited, but I really want to get this cosplay done. I have sketched out the pattern pieces, and I'm about to I was going to film on Friday showing you how I sketch out my pattern pieces based on a dress form. So if you're not familiar with me, I've been sewing a long time. My abuelita in San Pedro, California, had a small dress shop that was also kind of like a tailor. She would make custom dresses, ball gowns, and whatever. So since the age of 4, I've been able to hem. So I come from the world of garment making. When I got older and I graduated high school, graduated college, I kind of just like stopped sewing because it's just, I don't know. It's like kind of like I stopped surfing. Like, it's just something I stopped. Then I had faith and I was thinking about doing something more sewing, like quilts or whatever, and I didn't do it. When I moved here to Maryland and I was pregnant with my son, my grandmother, my abuelita, passed away, and I was in a dark place for a very long time. I was her favorite person, period. She had two boys, my dad and my uncle, and she always wanted a girl, and I was the first grandchild. So there was like a different relationship with me versus any other grandchild because she always wanted a girl, and I am my grandmother's doppelganger. The only thing I have different from my grandmother is she didn't have freckles and she didn't have my my eye color. My abuelita had this really beautiful blue. My dad has blue eyes. I have like my mom's side. My grandmother on my mom's side, she's black and has Irish. So there are a couple of us that have the freckles and the muddy green eye coloring. But what so I got that from definitely from my mom's side, and I also have my mom's cheeks, and I kind of think I have her smile. But I do look like my dad, and I do look like my abuelita. It looks like they took their rib out and was like, "Hey, we're making Shinova." Um, so when she passed away, I got into this thing about sewing again. I started making quilts. The baby pillows quilts where that are like puff quilts, so they can do tummy time. And then someone asked me to make a bag, and I was like, "Well, I never made a bag before." And my first bag, I'm actually kind of proud of. It looks really good. It was a Crafty Gemini bag, and it weighs a bucket bag with grommets. Ambitious, right? And then I just went head first ever since. Um, but yeah, unfortunately it took her passing for me to rekindle my passion of sewing again. So, with all that being said, I come from a garment world and I know how to make garments and I know how to make pattern pieces to suit my body. I know how to, I guess my modification of bags come from garments too, because I learned how to splice Vogue patterns with the macaw pattern to make something that I want. Um, yeah, merging patterns has always been something that came easy because I see my grandmother do it and she drafted her own patterns. So it's just something I you have this is one of the reasons why I'm so infatuated with rulers. Like I have so many French curves. It becomes exciting to me because I love seeing something on paper come to life. So I am going to attempt to do Wanda's breastplate in Doctor Strange, and instead of her having her nice flowy um dress part lower half with the leggings, I'm going to do just like my regular jeans to be comfortable with and make it a skirt. So what I do with all of my cosplay outfits is I make them have like a massive skirt with tons of pockets so I can have pins, business cards, and like my kiosk to scan and take credit cards in my pocket at all time. So it's just something, it's my style because I love the fact that I can just take it off by untying two ties in the back and I'm done. So every year when I do Awesome Con, I make a new apron, and this year is Wanda. See, yeah, you just get back into it. Oh, thank you, Eve. Yeah, my hair was a hot mess, and I was like pigtails. Um, so yeah, just you got everyone I know has some kind of cool sewing journey, but yeah, that's basically mine. So I did garments and then quilting and now bag making, and I love bag making because I love cosplaying so much, and I've been cosplaying before I had children. I was like at San Diego Comic-Con like all the time. Whenever it was there, or I'll go to Coachella or whatever. I like dressing up into different outfits. I My favorite season is Halloween because you get to dress up. Um, I don't know. So cosplaying to me was everything. So then when I started vending at Comic Cons, it's for a real reason. I wanted to make bags for the geeky people like me that can be sophisticated and chic without being in your face into the fandom. And that's how I have my bags. I want my bags to look like you're carrying a Vera Bradley, but it's Star Wars vision, like I want you to feel like you're cosplaying every day without being overt and people are like, "What?" Somebody has to see your bag from afar and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Harry Potter," or "Oh my god, that is the labyrinth." That's how I wanted my business to be like, and yes, it's still like that. I have I have this section that I keep telling Kindle I want to add this subtitle to my Etsy page called Grown and Sexy, because actually my leather bags and my cork bags sell really well for me. But yeah, I try to make everything as nerdy as possible. Like that's why you see I was like, yeah, Doctor Who on a wallet. um, just anything Hoodoo, Hoggle, and Ludo for 2024. So I mean, pretty much every shirt you guys see in the morning is me being nerdy. That's authentically me. Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, theater department. So like I was really hoping Faith got into drama because I was like, yeah, I'm itching to sew some theatrical. Like, cause okay, my dream cosplay is making Sarah's dress from the Labyrinth, but I won't make it until I lose weight. I already know how I am. I have made Lydia Dietz. I have been the Red Queen. I have I have been a lot. I love really big over the top outfits, and I even make my own petticoats. It'll take me days. And I say this being knowing that I'm a little bit average, more than average fast sewer. It takes me days to make petticoats, but I don't like buying them. If I do, I get them from Malcolm Mode, but I don't like buying them because I like it to be the same color as like my bodice. So yeah. I also plan on having there's a dream dress that I have for Gertie. I have all of her patterns, but I want to go to Dapper Day so bad in Florida, dressed to the nines and having fun and seeing all these other people being like all dapper. Like that is me. And you know, the cool thing is my husband loves dressing up. He loves, I like clothes a lot and I love fashion, but Kendall loves it more than me. He loves to dress up. That's just who he is. He even looks dressed up when he's dressed down, to be honest with you. Like, this is the dude that likes linen shirts and like you're going, you were not in Jamaica. What are you doing? Just put on a t-shirt and a pair of pants. You're good. um, I dress like this. I'm a nerd 100% of the time, but then when I get into cosplay or like there was this Harry Potter con that I went to and they would have these really cool balls. They would have the Yule Ball and I would dress up. I love making costumes and I love making dresses. Oh, my pronoun is she. But I try to respect and say they and them for because you never know. Like you never know, and it takes only like 5 seconds to like correct yourself. So I am she and her. I don't know. I just like cosplay a lot. Um, One of my favorite cosplays is I was the 13th Doctor, but I made it into a full bodysuit corset. That took me like a week to draw out and like 4 weeks to make. The boning alone was that was I love putting making corsets. I hate cutting metal boning. I like if you ever go like live with me on a FaceTime thing and I'm sewing, chances are you're gonna see me injure myself. I am so like prone to injuries. Like you'll be like, Shinova, please don't injure yourself on my watch. Good morning. So yeah, we're so that's my dream to make that dress. I'm hoping that either for next year for AwesomeCon, I'll be able to come. And only 1 year I actually put one of my costumes in, and I think it was AwesomeCon before COVID. I put my Lydia Dietz in. I'm really proud of that dress and how it came out. Have a good day. Happy sewing. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be going too. I need to stuff my face. I have like a huge list and I want to get through it before any kid comes into the house. So wish me luck. And I know I'm gonna film and somebody's gonna knock on the door. It happens every single time. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a really good day and stay safe and happy sewing. Bye.